the squad. It's going to be interesting to see how that's going to affect the chemistry of the team. Because for Kayuqt, worst comes to worst, they have Haya Godzi. And Godzi living true to his name, playing the game really well. So that's one of the main factors you have to watch out for here for Kayuqt to potentially surprise Gusayon and completely flip the script in this game. Now, they ban out the Kufra, which is something that Gusayon played really well. At the same time, one of the heroes that they utilize with setting the momentum, with early game pickoffs, being able to take heroes from their opposing team out of position because you have a Kufra flying in out of nowhere with the Tyrant's Revenge. You might get set up for a Tyrant's Rage and more follow-up damage by Gusayon. So far the bans are looking well. The first two bans of the game are looking good for the two teams. Of course, to be safe, take out the Eudora, the Joros. I believe that's Chalap is a mage main. So you also have to watch out for the Cyclops here potentially making a showing.
And it may just deter no bans.
Yep.
Okay. Fairly confident there. I think it was
I feel like that's mind games, Nomad.
Mind games, yeah. It's you can have whatever hero you want. We'll handle it. That's what Gusayon. I feel like that's what Gusayon wants to happen, as the Gusion will be banned out by Kayuqt.
Yeah, respect ban there against Luna, one of the top Gusians in the country, and something that can really set the tempo well for Gusayon, and paired super well actually with this Eve pick. So they take that potential combination away from Gusayon. They pick up the Hayabusa right away to pair for Haya Godzi. I mean, it's in the name, Haya Godzi. It actually took me a long time to realize that. I am quite ashamed of that in day number one, but this time it's like I'm prepared.
And look at the insta-lock on the Mathilda as well as the insta-lock on the X-Borg. It's a jungle X-Borg once again. Going to be making a showing, and that is a Benedetta you've been talking about.
Yeah, the Benedetta for a Ning Ning. And what I like about the Hayabusa and the Esmeralda Matilda, first two picks here for Kayuqt, is that now there's a potential for them to set up the tempo here. Hunt down Marbs, if this is going to be Marbs rocking the Eve. And really try to take out a big threat in objective team fights once that starts. So it's going to be up to how Kayuqt play this with the tandem of the Matilda and Esmeralda. Why do I keep thinking Esmeralda? Matilda and Haya. Oh,
that's Esmeralda.
Okay, maybe that's why.
That's why you've been thinking Esmeralda. Why. Esmeralda's going to be picked up by Vladimir. There you go. Predicted it while you were analyzing it.
Yeah, that was a prediction, guys. That was all part of the plan. And now you have someone who can scale well. I imagine Gusayon actually having their eyes set into disrupting the farm of this Esmeralda, because left unchecked, this Esmeralda will become a problem for Gusayon come the mid-game. However, with the lineups that they have with the Benedetta, who can easily cover the lanes, where Esmeralda is in once they've swapped things out, and once we're no longer in that laning phase of the game, you still have a good insurance policy against that.
Speaking of which, insurance policy is this Guinevere. They're going to be banning it out for Gusayon, Badass TV. In the response here, what's the proper ban here against the Kayuqt roster?
Man, if I'm Gusayon here, take out something that you know Kayuqt might play. Running out of names in my head right now of potential heroes that they could pick up here, seeing as how they already have the Matilda most likely going to the hands of Joros. That Guinevere ban is a respect ban against a Badass TV, one of his favorite heroes to use, and he showed off in day number one, completely fearless with the Guinevere. A Guinevere in his hands, it feels like I'm watching a season 3 Guinevere, back when that was still one of the topics in the meta. Now they decided to ban out the Jawhead, which will give an easier time for Marbs to position. One less thing to worry about now, because if you're going to be up against a Matilda in the mid lane, a Hayabusa, and a Jawhead roaming around, that's bad news for you. So now Kayuqt, their insurance policy in the late game, other than the Esmeralda, is going to be this 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1 going into the, more than likely is going to the XP lane against this Cho. It could still relatively go to the gold lane to have a little bit of a better time against this Benedetta, but that is a Saber.
I like it. I like the Saber pickup here. Actually, this is one of the names I was thinking up of here for Gusayon. They showed that up. That's going to be packing a high and dry. And with that double assassin meta, because you're up against the Esmeralda or the 1-1, you have something that can easily pin down a member of Kayuqt, burst them down when Gusayon's going in for a rotation, because that's what they like. They want to be able to whittle down the members of Kayuqt before the rotation kicks in. As the main three are rotating, they'll have Badass TV go in, immediately take out a lot of health, and boom. But they do decide to pick up the Cyclops here for Joros, for Chalap, and this is gonna be a Matilda roam.
And man, the Gatatkacha being picked up. Lots of backline access for these guys for the side of Gusayon. At least they'll relatively be safe against the 1-1 before the crossbow of tank gets procced up. But going into this game, what's the battlefield looking like, Reptar?
Well, this Gattacacha pick is definitely the X factor for Gusayon. Putting the Saber pick to the side first. What this Gattacacha can bring is a little bit more much needed control in terms of area of effect control, because with the Gattacacha, you have the ability to potentially taunt the members of Kayuqt who are fielding a very mobile lineup. So the taunt might be hard to land, but then at the same time, if you can land it, it can prove to be devastating, because this is a lineup that lacks your typical sustain. You have shields though, that's what they have, but you are lacking the idea of what we usually call a meaty front line, and that's what Ame TV brings to the table here for Gusayon.
We'll see if how meaty Ame is going to be in this entire team fight. Because all things considered, relatively speaking, Kayuqt has no dedicated tank. They will be relying on Esmeralda to sustain in the front-to-back engagements here. Vladimir is just going to be... It's not really as a reliable tank, unless he does decide to build it tanky. Unless that's the case. But as the game progresses, we'll see exactly what the build is going to be here for Kayuqt.
Yeah, they have to be careful, especially in the team fights, not to throw too much towards a Gattacacha who will just be able to sustain himself through the damage. And what I'm also going to be watching out for here is where Chalap decides to use the star power lockdown. Of course, you can put that onto the Eve, but that won't suppress it. That'll just immobilize it. And if that Eve is still in real-world manipulation, he'll still be able to use it. So the main target for this star power lockdown might just be Badass TV's Saber.
Yeah, as I say that, the mid lane is we're already experiencing a lot of scuffles there. What's not really amounting to much. It is just a battle for pushing out the mid lane, wait for them to get in position for the turtle.
Yeah, and this matchup with the 1-1 and the Hayabusa, the Benedetta is something we have to look out for here. But Badass TV,
he is going to be backing off for now. Ami's going to be the first blood here in this game. Opens up the turtle pit area. Luna and Marbs are in position to contest if ever the turtle is going to be taken out, but it's not going to be started off by Kayuqt just yet. They want to make sure it's as safe as possible, and Ning Ning is winning this fight against Be My Angel. They are going to be reaching level 4. Be My Angel has a crossbow tank, just needs to proc it up, and can go for this one-on-one duel. Nobody's responding there.
Yeah, Ning Ning has to be careful because, yeah, for now, she's leading the charge, but with both of them having their ultimates, one crossbow of Tang could prove to be the downfall here for Ning Ning if caught way too deep in the lane pushing, and at the same time, if at around 50% health, and then Be My Angel pops off that crossbow of Tang, it's gonna be a tough escape there for Ning Ning to pull off.
And Marbs is going to be focused now. Ame will be there to assist him out, but Marbs with the real-world manipulation takes down Chalap. Already a mage down, no lockdowns available for Kayuqt for now. Vladimir still has to reach level 4 before he can set up a fight for his team.
Aaron QT now with the warrior boots gets stopped by Badass TV.
The Hayabusa though, Hayagodzi takes down Marbs, and Aaron Cutie is going to be forced down to low HP, not going to be rejoining on the fray just now. Does have the Circling Eagle available, does not have the Circling Eagle available, sorry about that, as they will just try to keep it as safe as possible. Chalap's going to be waiting on the bottom brush, waiting for an opportunity to throw the ultimate, get the stun out, but nobody obliges him of anything. And Kayuqt is going to be starting out this turtle.
Not going to be fully committing it just yet, though, as the Matilda is way too far. Now, the corrosion site has been picked up here by Be My Angel. So that's one item down. Just get another one locked in, and you should be good to go to roam around the map or continue the split push if you see that Ning Ning has gone to join Gusayon for the team fights. Kayuqt trying to steal away this purple buff from Gusayon, but it might just initiate a fight.
And he does dive in, but nobody is inside the zone to get knocked up. Now Badass CV and Luna will take down Chalap in the process in the middle lane. Good rotation from them.
Triple sweep initiated by Badass TV and just finished off by Luna with the Jungle X-Borg Last Insanity. Now with the War Axe getting picked up here for Kayuqt, it should be a little bit better for Kayuqt in terms of the longer engaged team fights. Once he gets to build up a little bit more War Axe stacks, he'll get a little bit more physical and armor penetration, a little bit more damage and attack speed as well as the fight goes on. So it's good news for Kayuqt that they have that, because team fights against Gusayon are not going to be quick. These are going to be long team fights if Kayuqt can avoid damage. But Badass TV gets picked off in the bottom lane.
And that's also a trade onto Vladimir. Kayuqt in the back line, so will not be popping the shadow kill just yet. Falling Star Moon by Aaron Cutie to take down, to try potentially take down Aaron Luna there, but caught onto Ame. Takes down Kayuqt. Now Ame and Luna, they're low on HP. Aaron Cutie and Chalap are going to be rejoining the fray. Chalap does have the ult, will throw it out. Not connecting on anybody. He's going to be paying the price with the fire missiles being thrown out. He's low on HP. Luna's just going to be is going to be deterring them from pushing any further, and Badass CB is going to be joining in on the bottom lane to force the disengage.
Now we got to see the effect of having the taunt available for that Gatot Kacha, the Unbreakable, really just stopping the escape there of Kayuqt, and quick fingers there, and quick thinking by Ame TV to drop the Avatar of Guardian as he was escaping.
Yeah, it's the Avatar of Guardian really did help him out, but will it help out this potential fight that's happening for the turtle here? Ame TV going in, punches the ground, will not catch Chalap, and it's still anybody's game here, relatively speaking. Only 1,000 gold lead 6 minutes into the game.
Right now, Gusayon, though, have good control there over that top lane. Be My Angel might think about rotating more, joining the fights, so Kayuqt will look for the turnaround there. But then they have to balance it out again. Ning Ning is... We have this saying in Tagalog, we say, trabaho lang. In English, it loosely translated to job only. Meaning that Ning Ning's job is to just focus down the split pushing and really just keep opening up the map here for Gusayon. Kayuqt has to continue watching out for that. But I would rather see Be My Angel rotating more away from lane to help out in team fights.
Walang personalan. Job only, no personality, as Margs pops the real work manipulation to assist Ning, but the crossbow tang being popped in just as secure to his survival. Her survival.
No damage yet. From Be My Angel, still quite lacking, but I think Ning Ning also benefited from some damage avoidance brought by an eye to an eye, helping her out.
Yeah, and considering the fact that Be My Angel does have the, as I say that, the shadow kill and Vladimir just tanking the turrets to secure that kill for themselves. But going back, it's Be My Angel rocking the weakness finder, so later on, as soon as we see the corrosion side being picked up by Be My Angel, it'll be a threat here in the game. It'll just be a nuisance here. As Kayuqt dives in, quad shadows out, Chalap is in position as well to force this fight. Kayuqt just scares them away.
Yeah, just dancing around it right now. Too early use of the Conceal Boots Blessing, actually. And that's going to be a tool that Gusayon can make the most out of if they initiated a fight around here. But seeing as how they don't have that yet, they're instead just going to focus and trade towers, actually. Kayuqt goes to the mid lane, Gusayon goes to the bottom.
And turret pushes are relatively even, but the map is way more open here for Kayuqt. They can invade the jungle in the top lane. We're seeing that happening right now. Chalap and Vladimir taking away the purple buff from Luna.
A much closer game than we expected. Kayuqt putting up a fight Gusayon as well. We are even Stevens right now. One big team fight might turn it around. And with the Lord spawning in 35 seconds, that might be the team fight that we're looking for here. One thing Kayuqt can do is bait out or make Gusayon think, okay, we're going to be going for the Lord, or still trying to chase and reposition for the Lord. But then they can utilize that time to split push instead.
This bottom lane might have a big engagement here. The Circling Eagle is available by Vladimir. He's not going to be using it just yet. Ame dives into the fray. But they're disengaging. Kayuqt wants to play it as safe as possible. They don't want to force any issues. Except for the top lane though, as HighAGod is in position for the shadow kill. He doesn't need the help of Be My Angel at all.
Now this is good news for Kayuqt because this opens up the top lane and better positioning for them in the Lord if Gusayon decides to rotate and defend that, but they're not biting the bait. They're allowing that push because they know if they give up mid control, Kayuqt is gonna start the Lord!
Marbs falling down is a big factor here for Kayuqt. Gusayon in the bottom lane now, and Ning Ning alone against 3 members here from Kayuqt. This turn's gonna go down, Shadowfell's gonna be thrown once again, and that is a Ning Ning going down. Lord is now open for the taking.
With a Ning Ning down, they now have to keep Badass TV in lane, try to clear that up, which gives a little bit more time for Kayuqt. Bit questionable though, they haven't started it yet. More time for Gusayon to recover. And look at the lane or the wave states right now. The only thing they really have to worry about is that bottom lane. They can allow a little bit more time to push out for the top lane instead. Kayuqt, again, still a lot of time or opportunities initially to go for the Lord already, but not taking it yet. Could come back to bite them.
And Vladimir also picked up the immortality just in time. So if he decides to go for a Circling Eagle in the back lines and open up Gusayon for his team, he can just do so without any problems. It's all down to Vladimir to set the team fight to take down Gusayon. And they're waiting patiently.
Exactly. Yeah. And I love how Vladimir actually went for the focusing mark here. That's how HighAGod has been able to get pickoffs, because they rotate together. And with the focusing mark giving a little bit more damage, the shadow kill onto one just hurts a lot more.
So, well, speaking of shadow kill, HighAGod is in the top lane. Just waiting for a random straggler. May just be a Ning Ning to be popped off here by HighAGod. Making his presence known. He's just waiting for him to push forward. Quad Shadow is going to be thrown out. Decent amount of damage. To clear the way, as the Lord is going to get started off. So they have 2 problems to take care of. Is it the Lord or is it the top lane being pushed out by HighAGod? And they are focusing on HighAGod instead.
Yep, they have to. They can't allow that Hayabusa to split push. And seeing as how the Hayabusa was alone, Gusayon not holding back, knowing that HighAGod's team were focusing on the Lord. They were like, okay, he has no more quad shadow, no way to escape. Yeah, let's take him down. Good call there by Gusayon. And Kayuqt couldn't even go for the Lord. Now that since HighAGod is down, this opens it up for Gusayon. What a play! What a turnaround so far.
Beautiful decision making from themselves. The Lord's already low on HP. Heal the Lord away from Gusayon. So that's a free Lord. That's also at least a brunt of the map control going back to Gusayon. Top lane is going to get pushed out towards the side of Kayuqt, no doubt. And Kayuqt wants to open it up. And Vladimir opens it up with a Circling Eagle onto Mars. The falling Star Moon does not connect onto him, and he manages to make it out alive.
Close call there for Marbs. If he was hit by that falling star moon, that would have been a secure kill there for Kayuqt. But then again, the situation is Kayuqt will have to defend this Lord, but not much or barely anything will come out of this push. If ever, the only thing I'm seeing is Gusayon could potentially get control in mid lane and then try to push that out and then fight Kayuqt.
Oh no! Joros get spots out, roaming, walking into the members of Gusayon. That's a turret going down. Shadowkill's gonna be used up. And it's not amounting to anything. The real world manipulation is gonna be thrown down to zone out HighAGod and Vladimir. And Gusayon, they're poised to just regain map control here this time.
The pickoff onto Yahya Godse and the fact they were able to get the Lord was such a big turnaround for Gusayon that they've been able to just let go or release a lot of the pressure that Kayuqt was applying to them for most of the game. And now this opens up Gusayon's usual tactic of allow Ningning to split push, rotate with her if possible. They have a good tandem in picking off a target together in Badass TV and Luna if they decide to roam together. Just land your triple sweep. That's going to be enough control, enough time, considering how Kayuqt doesn't have any purifies for the last insanity to burst them down. Seeing as how Luna also picked up here the Radiant Armor. Oh my goodness. It is going to be difficult for Kayuqt to be able to take down this X-board, this Luna, who hasn't received a single death yet this game.
Be My Angel overstaying his welcome in the top lane. He needed to be alive for his team. And now, in the back line, Same TV will go for the taunt, potentially, onto Vladimir, but it's not going to happen. They take down Marbs in the process. Electro-Funnel being used up by Ningning, and they're chasing. Kayuqt's chasing down the members of Gusayon in the 1-for-2 trade.
Wow.
Now making a 1-for-3, making a 1-for-4. That's High God C. Secures 2 off of that. And now it's just Badass TV left alive.
That was such a surprising turnaround play. I turned into Owen Wilson for a second there. I was like, wow! It wasn't the exact wow that he's known for, but still close enough. And again, Kayuqt handling the fight so well, they might just be able to end it, Nomad! That's the wipeout! It's just Marbs who can defend this!
They're gonna end this. Game number 1 goes to Kayuqt without a shadow of that closest fight we've had for the day so far.